General Hospital spoilers, Trina finds Spencer. Laura is shocked at Spencer's first words. In a stunning and emotionally charged turn of events, General Hospital is about to unleash one of the most long-awaited and heart-wrenching storylines in recent memory. Just when Port Charles began to settle after the chaos of Brennan's downfall and Jason's reappearance, a ghost from the past will return, not as a specter, but as flesh and blood, scarred and silent. Trina Robinson's relentless search for Spencer Cassadine finally ends, but nothing could prepare her or Laura Collins for the shocking first words that spill from Spencer's lips. Get ready for a 4,000-word deep dive into a story of heartbreak, survival, betrayal, and the unraveling of one of General Hospital's most iconic families. It all begins in a quiet corner of Paris, in a crumbling, flower-laced convent just outside the bustling city. Trina Robinson, who has spent months scouring the globe for the man she refused to believe was dead, finally receives a mysterious letter. No return address. No explanation. Just a note. Rue d'Angers. Find the portrait. Follow the melody. It's signed only with a faint initial, S. Back in Port Charles, her friends and family have begged her to let go. Curtis, still recovering emotionally from Portia's shocking murder, pleads with Trina to return home and start over. Jocelyn warns that chasing ghosts will only break her further. Even Ava, her former mentor, advises her to face reality. But Trina can't. Not after the dreams. Not after that night she woke up in a cold sweat, hearing his voice whisper her name. And so she follows the note. At Rue d'Angers, Trina finds more than a convent. She finds a forgotten world. It's a sanctuary for those who have lost their minds, their memories, or their voices. A place the Cassadines once funded in secret for Helena's more twisted experiments. Laura once suspected it existed, but even she thought it had been destroyed in the Valentine-era purges. As Trina navigates the eerie hallways of the convent, she hears it, a faint melody echoing through stone walls. It's Clair de Lune, the same piece Spencer played for her on their last night together in New York. She follows it until she finds a small garden beyond a hidden door. There, seated on a bench beneath a stone angel, is a man with jet black hair, his face hidden by shadows, humming Debussy's haunting notes. A scar runs down his cheek. His hands tremble as they trace the shape of the melody into the air. It's him, Spencer. Trina falls to her knees. She reaches for him, but he recoils like a child burned too many times. At first, he does not speak. For days, Trina stays at the convent, refusing to leave. She sings to him, reads their old messages, shows him photos of Ace, of Laura, of them. The doctors explain that Spencer was found months ago, washed ashore near Cassadine ruins in Greece. He was barely breathing. His heart had stopped for 5 minutes. By the time he awoke, he couldn't speak. Trauma-induced aphasia. The body recovered, but the mind fractured. No one knew who he was. But he remembered the music. And her. Back in Port Charles, Trina contacts Laura. The video call is tearful, disbelieving, and then pure chaos. Laura demands proof, and when Trina turns the camera toward him, all she hears is her own heartbeat. Her grandson. Her boy. Alive. She catches the next flight to Paris. Their reunion is gut-wrenching. Laura, typically composed, falls apart at the sight of Spencer. She sobs uncontrollably, gripping his face in her hands. You came back to me, she weeps. Spencer, baby, talk to me. But he doesn't. He just touches her cheek and hums that same melody. Laura begins piecing together the clues and uncovers something dark. She discovers that Victor Cassadine staged Spencer's death in order to use him as leverage against Nicholas, who had re-emerged in the underground Cassadine network. Spencer was drugged and kept sedated for nearly 4 months in a secret compound, where Victor tried to recondition his mind to become the true heir to the Cassadine legacy. But Spencer resisted. Victor's experiments to cleanse Spencer's compassion left him mentally shattered, and it was only after Victor's death that loyalists abandoned the compound, leaving Spencer behind. Somehow he survived. Somehow he found this convent. But not without cost. For days, Laura stays at the convent. So does Trina. They read to Spencer, show him family videos. Slowly, they see flickers of recognition. A tear when he sees Ace. A hand reaching for Trina's scarf. But no words. Until one night, Trina places Spencer's great-grandmother's locket in his hands, the one Spencer had given Trina back before his death. Inside is a picture of them, smiling on the bridge in Central Park. And finally, Spencer speaks. A hoarse whisper. One word. Yours. Trina gasps. He looks at her, eyes wide and brimming with tears. It was always yours. Laura sobs. Spencer collapses into Trina's arms. Spencer is brought back to Port Charles in secret. Only Laura, Trina, and Kevin know. Kevin begins intensive therapy, working to repair the damage done to Spencer's cognitive and emotional centers. The recovery will be long, but the breakthrough gives hope. When word leaks that Spencer is alive, reactions across Port Charles are explosive. Esme, now a shadow of her former self and recently released from prison, collapses upon hearing the news. She tries to see Spencer, but is denied by Laura, who tells her, "The boy you once destroyed barely came back. You will not finish what Victor started." Nicholas flies into a panic. Knowing Victor's loyalists may be watching, he urges Laura to keep Spencer hidden, especially now that Spencer might know where Victor kept the remaining Cassadine codes. But it's Trina who is Spencer's rock. She stays by his side every night, reading to him, guiding him through his nightmares, helping him relearn how to express emotions. She teaches him laughter again. Hope. The ripple effects are massive. Ava breaks down upon seeing Spencer and begs for forgiveness. He does not speak, but he hugs her. That's enough. Carly visits and tells him, "You're one of the few Cassadines I've ever trusted. Don't let that go to waste." Jocelyn and Dex are stunned. Dex swears he saw Spencer's body. Was it staged? What else did the WSB hide? Sonny has quiet regrets. "I should have looked harder," he tells Trina. "He deserved more from all of us." While she's strong for Spencer, Trina battles her own internal demons. She's haunted by the guilt of not finding him sooner. She blames herself for believing, even for a moment, that he was dead. In a moment of rare vulnerability, Trina confesses to Ava. "If he never comes back to who he was, if he never remembers loving me fully, I'll still stay. Because love is staying when it's hard. When it's not romantic. When it's terrifying." Ava responds, tears in her eyes. "You're the strongest Cassadine bride that family never deserved." As Spencer regains fragments of his voice and mind, one mission becomes clear. He wants to protect Ace. He becomes obsessed with uncovering where Nicholas has hidden his half-brother. Despite his trauma, Spencer shows flashes of the fierce protector he once was, and those around him fear what happens if Spencer is pushed too hard too soon. In one chilling scene, Spencer looks in the mirror, touches the scar on his face, and whispers, "If I ever become like Victor, stop me." As this arc reaches its climax, Trina receives another letter. The same handwriting. This time it reads, "He's not the only one Victor took. Look beneath Windmere." Kevin and Laura investigate, and what they find beneath the old Cassadine tunnels will leave Port Charles shaken for decades. A sealed chamber. A medical bed. A second survivor. But the face is blurred by dust and shadow. The monitor beeps. And as the camera pans to the figure's hand, clenched around a photo of Laura and Luke, fans are left gasping. Could it be Lucky Spencer? This storyline marks the rise of a new, layered Cassadine generation. Spencer, scarred but stronger. Trina, the soul of the legacy. And perhaps Lucky, the missing link to the past. Port Charles will never be the same. Spencer's next memory unlock may reveal Victor's final plan. Esme's redemption arc hits a tragic roadblock. Trina faces an impossible decision that could tear her from Spencer forever. Laura receives a mysterious message. The legacy must burn or be reborn. Stay tuned, General Hospital fans. The resurrection of Spencer Cassadine is just the beginning.